Another old versus new camera comparison video, Samsung Galaxy S24 versus Samsung Galaxy S25. Both phones were updated to OneUI 7 or Android 15. We got triple camera setup, identical sensors on both phones. I think that's it for a quick audio test. Let the battle begin. On One X on portrait mode, which is the widest, both phones looks really good. You wouldn't see much of a difference between these two phones. If you look on my shirt, a bit darker on Galaxy S25 and brighter on S24. Even the smoothness on my face and the beautification, both looks identical. On 2X, which makes the subject closer, you would notice that there's more details on the facial feature of S24 compared to the brighter and beautified look of S25. The background blur and bokeh on S25 is stronger than the competition. On portrait zoom, you got really good edge detection on both phones, but we got that extra 5x or that extra reach on Galaxy S25. This is around 135mm shot, so if you need that close-up shots, then S25 is the way to go. On the selfie portrait, we got 12 megapixels, same hardware, but you got artifacts on S24 even on daylight condition, but S25 cleans it up. Now we're testing the vlogging and video quality test, Galaxy S24 and S25. So this is a 12 megapixel sensor, 4K 30 FPS. We can shoot 60 FPS on both phones. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and help me out to reach wider audience by liking this video. And of course, for the YouTube algorithm to push this videos more to you guys if you want to see these comparison videos. In terms of video quality, you got a greenish tone on Galaxy S24, but you got more details. Well, you also have good details on Galaxy S25, but smoother than the competition. Also, in terms of exposure, you got better exposed video on Galaxy S25. So this is what it looks like for me if I step back a little bit and go in front. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're vlogging using the rear camera, starting with the ultra-wide lens in 4K 30 FPS. We can also shoot 60 FPS on both phones. So why am I sitting down on vlogging test? Because some of you will probably use these phones for video recording on YouTube, and you will be on a controlled environment like this. So this is what it looks like using the ultra-wide of both phones. This is a 12 megapixel sensor for Galaxy S24 and S25. Now let's check the main sensor. So this is the main sensor of both phones. So this is 4K 30 FPS. This is a 50 megapixel sensor, 1/1.56 on both phones. You can also shoot 60 FPS on the video recording in 8K 30 FPS. Later we will do the outdoor shots where I will do the higher frame rates and higher resolution. Both phones were upgraded to OneUI 7, Android 15. Do you see any difference in terms of the video quality? Now let's check the zoom. Now we're shooting on 3x optical zoom, so this is a 10 megapixel sensor. Now I'm walking in and out of the video, so you would see the difference in terms of the optical zoom. To cover all the scenarios of vlogging from the sit down to the walk around, I think that's it for the vlogging test and video quality indoors. Later we will do the outdoors and the low light video recording. Now let's check the image quality. The colors mellow down on Galaxy S25 compared to the older model. You got a lighter sky on the older flagship. You will see that the contrast is stronger on the older model and also the colors. It's more vivid than the latest model. Looking at the details, both phones are really detailed and sharp. I think the difference is the white balance. Sometimes it is ever slightly warmer on the older S24. And for Galaxy S25, you got a brighter, high dynamic range look. The images are more color accurate on the latest model. In terms of field of view, we got a triple camera setup on both phones with that ultra-wide main sensor and 3 times optical zoom. And on the farthest reach, we got 30 times on both phones. Looking at the slow motion, both has 4K 120 FPS. You got a warmer look on S24 and brighter and natural looking on S25. Now we're testing the outdoor shot. This is the stabilization, autofocus, and zoom test. We are starting with the selfie video recording 4K 60 FPS. We're shooting on the highest frame rate for both phones on this outdoor test. So we're starting with the autofocus quickly. Do you see any difference? And look at the colors of the nature, the grass, and the sky. I think bluer on Samsung Galaxy S25. And this is with the human subject in frame for vlogging using the selfie camera. Now let's check the video stabilization. Which phone do you think is better in the stabilization category? Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're starting with the rear cameras in UHD 60 FPS. We're using the internal microphones of both phones, so you will hear wind noise because it's windy today. So this is the color of the sky and the grass, the nature colors. Let's check the autofocus. Almost the same. Now with human subject in frame. That's what it looks like vlogging using the ultra wide. Now let's check the video stabilization. Both has super steady video. So we have 1x, identical sensors on both phones. So in terms of the quality, you will have the same details and sharpness, maybe just a difference in colors. You got natural looking tone on S25. Let's check the autofocus. Which phone is faster? And again, vlogging style with human in frame. This is what it looks like vlogging using the main sensor. Now let's check the video stabilization. Now going to the optical zoom, we got 3x on both phones. So again, identical colors, maybe lighter on Galaxy S25. In terms of the shadows and contrast, stronger on the latest S25, but in terms of details, they look the same. Same sensor and sensor size. Let's check the video stabilization. Now going to the farthest zoom, we got 12x on S24 and 12x on S25. Again, switching to the ultra wide. Which phone do you think is better? On night shot outdoors or with enough light, you would see that you got brighter images on Galaxy S25 compared to the older S24. Even on the shadowy part of the images, you will see that S25 exposes them better. I also like the white balance on S25.
All of this looks like gold. What you touch turns to gold.
On pitch black condition or darker situation, you would see that S24 exposes the scene better while the newer S25 will crush the blacks, giving a stronger look.
Are you seeing clear? Are you seeing clear? All the colors here, all the colors here. Now let me show you something that'll blow your mind. Now let me show you something that...
On situation where there's no light, S25 can see more in the dark. All three sensors can shoot night shot from the ultra-wide main sensor and even the 3 times optical zoom. Alright, low light video test starting with the selfie video recording 4K 30 FPS. We can shoot 60 FPS on both phones. So we have a 12 megapixel sensor on each of the phones, 1/3.2 inch sensor. So same sensor size on both phones, same technology. We have a warmer but noisier Galaxy S24 and we have a smoother skin on Galaxy S25. In terms of the white balance maybe warmer on Galaxy S24. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now we're testing the rear camera, starting with the ultra wide lens in 4K 30 FPS. We can shoot 60 FPS on both phones. I think it is brighter on 30 FPS compared to 60 FPS. So we have a 12 megapixel sensor on both phones. This is 1/2.55 inch sensor. We got a warmer white balance on Galaxy S24 and cooler tone and natural looking on Galaxy S25. Now this is the main sensor again in 4K 30 FPS. We have a 50 megapixel inch sensor. This is 1/1.56. This is the best sensor on all the sensors in low light video recording. We have face detection, autofocus, and OIS on both phones. I think that's it for the main sensor. Now let's check the zoom. And lastly, we have the 3x optical zoom on both phones. So we have 1/3.94 sensor, 10 megapixel on both phones. Again, in terms of the hardware, both phones are identical from the selfie to the rear cameras. I think that's it for the low light video test. Now let's check the video resolution. And lastly, we're testing the video resolution. This is Samsung Galaxy S24 8K 30 FPS. And this is the highest resolution on Samsung Galaxy S25, same as S24 8K 30 FPS. Which phone do you think is better in terms of camera performance in OneUI 7? Is it worth it to upgrade to the latest S25 from S24? Leave your comment down below, and as always, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.